And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our football segment. I tried a new beer today, and it is awful. Oh
That
my
boy just
God.
got humble. You ever seen somebody just destroy like, oh, this is terrible. Why did I do this to
Oh
myself?
man. Oh, we're back with our we're back
We
with
are
our
back
football.
with immediate regret. That's what we're back with.
Jesus Christ.
Self
Episode
destruction is
212 of
real.
Splashcast Monday Night Raw. Please remember, like, follow, subscribe. Our road to 1,000 followers. We have hit our first benchmark of 500 followers. We appreciate y'all. Go to TikTok, like us. We definitely go live. Our next benchmark is 750, followed by 1,000. We appreciate you guys. With that being said, we are here with our college football segment of episode 212 of the Splashcast. And we're going to run. So, since we're not really going to talk about the Heisman, because Norwood said if it's not
Wait,
really Julius.
hold on, wait. We gonna do all
No,
of
I got
this
you. Since you said it
because
should be Pavia or Love, and it wasn't either one, it was Mendoza.
I'm gonna give the man the credit he deserves. Just because I don't like you or I don't think that this is right, don't mean that I'm not a person of integrity. My integrity, I hope, goes beyond anything else. Now let me bring him up here because he did win the Heisman. If you won the Heisman, you are in a hollow group of people. You are in a unique fraternity, and it is undeniable forever. Now, let me get this up here first. There he is. They're processing now. But yes, we are speaking of 2025 Heisman winner Fernando Mendoza of the Indiana Hoosiers.
Yeah, I think he won because he's the leader of the feel good story, right? Indiana is the basketball school. Yes, Indiana is a basketball school. You Indiana fans have just out of your mind. I'll get there. Let me get back on track because I was about to cuss. Yes, they are the feel good story.
We can cuss. This our show. I cuss all the
He is a feel good story, just like Signetti's going to end up winning, which, he won Coach of the Year. Rightfully so, all of the things. But, okay, well, we're going to cuss. Indiana fans got mad at me on live because I said Indiana, me and this other guy said Indiana was a basketball school. And they said, we're not a basketball school. We haven't been a basketball school for 4 years. I said, man, y'all claim basketball. Y'all invented basketball. Like, what are
Yeah.
you talking about?
And if
So,
not for basket, like y'all are Bobby Knight school. What Signetti is doing, congratulations. I still think that there's more to be proven here, and that's the reason I love the way that this is going to play out here any day now. But I have to give congratulations. He did win the Heisman. I still think that Diego Pavia or Jeremiah Love are just better football players, but he did win the trophy. Congratulations. Now we can move on. Now we can get right to the shit. We can get to it. You said, hold on.
what is it? Yeah, I was saying, hold on. Diego Pavia reacted poorly, and of course, I think this is motivation for Julian Saiyan. Diego Pavia just said basically, screw it. Said everybody can get it, all y'all suck.
And then he did walk it back, but I feel it, bro. Especially playing. I am playing at Vanderbilt in the SEC
After going to New Mexico State
with the nerds. And y'all let this dude win it after all these teams. Y'all didn't think I was. That's the one difference. Indiana, their schedule was so weak. You was like, oh, they're probably going to beat these guys. Every time Vanderbilt beat a team, we were like, oh, maybe they're a legitimate football team. You know how many times I said that? And I've been a Pavia fan all season.
Yeah.
I'm still like, damn, you beat everybody. They beat Tennessee. Nobody ever thought in a million years, oh, yeah, Vanderbilt, Tennessee, Vanderbilt. No way in hell. So,
and that's why I was so pissed. They beat Tennessee like that and got penalized for beating them that bad.
But this will be a teachable moment because we're going to start out first with JMU, who got whooped by Oregon. Now, I know the score says 51-34, but I think it was 51 points at half the way they was cutting their ass. I don't think that anybody on Oregon played in the second half that was a legitimate player. This was a drubbing. This was an ass whooping that we knew was coming. So waste of everybody's time. And honestly, it's an embarrassment at JMU. They were a good enough team. They had a good enough season to end your season just getting embarrassed in front of the entire world, which you did. And everybody tuned in to watch you get your ass cut. I don't think that fairly represents their season. A lot of people have said that there needs to be a group of, I get power 4, group of 5 play-in. I am starting to believe that.
I believe that. Yeah. That's tough though. That's not fair because now you're gonna make them play 4 extra games. 3 extra games.
1 extra game. If you can beat the bottom, there should be 2 teams who win. There should be 2 group of 5 teams. They should play the worst of the 12. You beat them, then you advance. You get 51 to 34, you take your ass on home. Or you could just have the power 4 have a championship, group of 5 have a championship. I think that if I'm group of 5, I would be more inclined on having my own championship, because then if you win 3 or 4 championships in a row, you can really push and say I belong in the Power 5.
I don't know about that, but I do agree that I like the play-in idea. But with this Oregon game, I feel like they really tried to dress it up like JMU made a good showing, and that's the part that frustrated me, because Oregon, JMU, they were like, JMU had 504 yards of total offense, and they scored 34 points, the most points put up by any team against Oregon this year, including Indiana. Yeah, but tell the whole story. Oregon had it was 35-3 or something like that.
Dan Lanning called off the dogs after they knew the game was well in hand. That's what happened. This is not enjoyable to the people who watched it.
Yeah, and also Dan Lanning, I'm starting to look at you as a side eye too, because against Colorado, if they had to have the Big Ten call the red phone to say, hey, you need to stop.
Right. I think that this is a little different though. This is insurance policy. I have more games to play. We beat them.
Yeah.
We beat them handily.
Yeah.
Hey,
and they were a gracious opponent too. They had a really good social media run with their account. Trolling the Ducks in a friendly fire. Like everybody, they knew that they were gonna get beat.
Yeah,
and that's why
to go ahead and get whooped. So. Yeah, but I think that it's also, I'm not gonna play my players in this. Like, that's the unfortunate part, is it's a meaningless game. I would have much rather watched Notre Dame play. I would have much rather watched Vanderbilt play. I would have much rather seen BYU. And then, they could have lost those games to these other teams possibly. We knew in every case. I think both teams scored on the very first drive with big plays. And it was like, oh, this is what we thought it was. So we had that. Then we're going to get right on here to this. 41-10. Shout out to my new head coach, Summerall. Y'all tried everything that y'all could. Unfortunately, also rest in peace to your father, who died tragically right before the game. But this was never anything. Ole Miss beat the shit out of Tulane. Tulane was overmatched.
Did you watch the game?
Yes. Ole Miss just better.
I don't. Yeah, but yeah.
Yes.
But just like that JMU Oregon score isn't how close the game really was. This game wasn't 41-10.
Shit me.
Like, I feel like Tulane's offense let Tulane's defense down. Like, Tulane's defense was actually kind of holding it in the road
and
at the beginning of the game.
That is really what these teams, that's what this group of 5 teams are, is they're good and they have good players. I saw one dude joking on the internet, how you get blown up by this guy. Hey, whoa. You think that everybody on that team is better than everybody on this team? That ain't the answer. It's some good players, but it's just not enough good players to go around. And that's unfortunate what you get.
Yeah, and like because Tulane forced some punts, like they it wasn't as bad now. And then Tulane turned, and once he threw the interception, and that's what it was. Tulane offense was moving from the 20 to the 20, and then they would throw an interception, or they had 2 fumbles, or something crazy.
Those Tulane guys are the guys who in next season are Power 5 guys. You just
right, and
juniors.
it definitely is a tryout, but to me the defense was just the defense was such a letdown. And we'll get to the preview of the next round coming up soon, but I came away from this not as impressed with Ole Miss as I thought I would be. Now,
well, I mean, there's a shuffle going on between Ole Miss. Ole Miss got a lot going on. You got the new coach coming in. You got Charlie Weiss Jr. coming back. You said that you weren't letting people back. He says they weren't sending people back. It's just you really got 2 teams in one team right now. So and you got a lot of they say they got the governors fighting in social media about going back and forth about Louisiana and Mississippi and all of this. So this and you got a lot. You just got so many emotions, so many different things going on. You got so many different moving parts. I could understand how this could get out of control really fast. And they beat it 41-10.
They did. Yeah.
Now, definitely. To the games that actually did matter, this was relatively disappointing to me. Miami Hurricanes beat Texas A&M 10-3. I don't really know what to say about this. I thought this game was going to be a lot better than this. Carson Beck finds a way to advance and still just be really mid. And Texas A&M, I think that this kind of puts a cap on. This makes your season disappointing. Y'all lost the last 2 games of the season. And basically, once the rubber met the road, you were left.
Texas A&M. Texas A&M. I said this on Saturday Morning Live. Pardon my French because I'm about to cuss. I said this before as soon as you said it. Your O-line got out there on the internet in front of the press conference and said, we don't fear Ruben Bain Jr. We don't know. He's not even that good. Sometimes Texas A&M, you got to learn when to shut the fuck up. You got to learn. I hope the door is closed because my nephews and my daughters are upstairs and I'm cussing. But you got to learn that the number 1 defensive player in the draft, that has been the number 1 defensive player in the draft for 2 years, and you told him he's not that good. I've never even heard of him. He's the number 1 prospect.
Anytime you see a young man with a little bitty mustache like that, you should already know what time it is. He was not playing with you.
And his daddy played football too. His name is Ruben. Ruben Bain Jr. That is not a name. That ain't nothing that came out in 1995. Ruben Bain is a family name. That is years and decades of struggle built into his DNA. And he went out there, had 2 sacks, 4 total tackles, passed his reps, was putting you on your ass, and they beat y'all 10-3. What's 10? No, I'm not 10-3. Whatever. It don't matter what the score was. Was it 10-3? No, it wasn't 10-3.
Yeah, 10-3. And I think he had 2 or 3 sacks. He did his job. Now the offense could have showed up and done something, to help him out. But what needed to be done on their behalf was completed. You got to get that man all the credit in the world.
Marcel Reed definitely played his way. He definitely needs to come back to college now.
I think we all believe that, but which is even more disappointing because we wanted to see it be good. Yeah. But hey, we can
Miami's defense, man. Shout out to Cristobal. He built it brick by brick, year by year.
Now we knew it. The Alabama Crimson Tide beat the Oklahoma Sooners 34-24. Now, me and Reggie warned y'all about this long time ago. Said this is the worst case scenario for all of you.
Mm-hmm.
And letting Alabama in this thing is bad. I was okay with it because I thought that they wanted the best 12 teams in the country. I do understand that people who have objections and why you have your objections. Your feelings are real. You deserve to feel them. But Alabama is in the playoff now, and they are in a position to ruin the playoffs for everybody for a very long time. Number one, they got Oklahoma right the fuck out of there. Ty Simpson looked back like Ty again. John Mateer looked like a deer in headlights. The curl wasn't curling. I don't know if his hand was hurt again. Bad day. Maybe it was the ability to game plan, but it was not the John Mateer that we had fallen in love with and enjoyed and thought, oh man, maybe if he played all season, he could have been a Heisman candidate. That was not what we got.
Oh, I can tell you what happened. First off, Bama fans, y'all have been in our Facebook mentions and our TikTok mentions because I said y'all didn't deserve to be there. Blase, blase, blah.
He said that, not me. He said that, not me.
Y'all have been talking a lot of trash to me. And look, as I told our Splashcast affiliate, resident Roll Tider Worthy, y'all deserve it. Y'all deserve it. Y'all get to pop y'all stuff. Y'all deserve every chance y'all get to talk y'all trash. To go down 17-0 on the road and then outscore them 34-7.
The Oklahoma Sooners. It's not like this team ain't chump. You didn't see them before. They didn't see you before. This is somebody who you familiar with and they familiar with you. And y'all find a way to get it done.
Shout out to y'all, man. You found a way to get it done. But this not about you. I gave y'all all the slack I'm gonna give you. This not about you. Oklahoma. 17-0. John Mateer. Let me tell you the key plays in the second quarter. In the 5 minutes of the second quarter that they scored 17 points that you just decided. It almost made me think that the mafia was involved. The mob. Woo. Somebody paid somebody off. John Mateer had
taking a dive.
He should 3rd and 4. He had a crossing receiver wide open, or he could have run. You know he's fast. He could have run for 40 yards, and it would have made it 24-7. Back up before that. Shout out to Kalen DeBoer going forward on 4th and 2, knowing your team is down 17-0 in the playoff and getting a touchdown. Okay, back to it. Then, instead of getting it, you then throw the ball deep, and you got to know your personnel. I know it was a good throw. You threw it across your body, but that was a low percentage play. And you threw it to the running back, and he dropped the ball. But if you had just ran or thrown it to the crossing receiver, that would have been first down. What happens next? I said, I text y'all. I said, hey, that's going to come back to bite you. That's going to come back to bite you. I didn't think it was going to be the very next play when you drop the punt.
Voila.
You have
magic.
The best. You have
fishtailing out the parking lot, leaving magic.
You have the best special teams in the SEC. The kicker, the field goal kicker hadn't missed a field goal since the very first kick of the season. Your punter is all SEC along with Georgia's punter. He drops the ball. So now Alabama gets the ball. Boom. 17. And then your defense even bowled up after that and held him to a field goal. Cool. The very next drive, John Mateer throws a pick 6. I said, oh my God. In 5 minutes, it went from 7 to, I said, game over with. Game over with. Man.
And you know, once the tide get to rolling, it ain't nothing you can do but get out the way now. I mean,
it was rolling downhill. It was rolling downhill. And then all of a sudden, Ty Simpson woke up again. And they started, and shout out to Kalen DeBoer. He had a little bit of Lane Kiffin. He number 17. I don't know his name. He's a freshman from New Jersey. Number 17. He found out that if you put him against a safety that you cannot guard him. He looks like little Jalen Waddle out there. And they pressed that little sore spot 1,000 times. They couldn't stop it. Y'all suck, man. Oklahoma, y'all let this go. Mateer, you played scary. You played scary as hell in the second quarter. You left your defense out to dry in the second half. You and the offensive coordinator, y'all didn't throw the ball at all. Y'all ran 4. Bama scoring at an alarming rate, and y'all ran a quarterback dives on 2nd and 14. What are we doing? What are we doing? You didn't. Y'all suck, man. Y'all suck. I'm done now, but I just got to let y'all know, Boomer Tuna, y'all let us down. Y'all let a lot of people down on that one. Y'all, the boom bust wasn't there.
So now we have what I think we all picked this chalk. We picked this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we picked this. Oregon versus Texas Tech.
No, I picked
money versus. Oh, you know what? I think you're right. That is where I think we both missed that one. But Oregon versus Texas Tech, old money versus new money, the Money Bowl. Very interesting. Very interesting. But I don't care about that.
I know
go ahead.
That game.
Go ahead.
I know you don't care about that game, but the game is interesting because the defense, you finally get to see Oregon's. You know, Oregon is always known, even though it's not always true, to not have a high-powered offense. So this high-powered offense against the best linebacker in the nation in Texas Tech with the highest paid defensive line.
You're right. He's the buckets
for the last 10 weeks. That their defensive line is for real. And you got to go down to Texas and play in Lubbock, which ain't the easiest place to play because they throw fajitas all over the place. And you have to go play them. So that's going to be a good game.
Spend your money.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm here for. 9 versus 1. I've been waiting on this all year. And I'm not, and I hate that I'm going to be positioned as a Tide fan. I'm a fan of integrity. And I don't think that,
You're an SEC homer. Call it what it is.
I'm not an SEC homer because there are other teams that I would like to see them play any team it's a respectable team other than clown ass Ohio State to embarrass me. No, it ain't no pew, pew, pew. They embarrassed themselves. There's no reason that you number 2. You did this to yourself. Now, in hindsight, I might have shaken out in your favor. I'd much rather be playing Miami and Carson Beck than be playing Alabama. With that being said,
100%.
This is your opportunity. I did not like the Crimson and Cream Bowl in the first round. Now here it is again. It's difficult to tell y'all teams apart when y'all have the same exact colors and y'all don't even have a bunch of different jerseys. So it's just, we'll wear white tops and red bottoms and y'all wear red tops and white bottoms. But Indiana, this is your Super Bowl as far as I'm concerned. This is where your respect will live and die. If you are the number 1 team in the country, you are supposed to handle this team that does not belong in the playoffs handily.
Let me tell you.
Handily.
Reggie said he had a scenario that I picked and a scenario that I hoped. And I hoped for pure chaos. And the chaos scenario is still alive.
Right.
If Alabama can beat Indiana. Now, it's a big game, and Bama's getting healthy. Bama beat Oklahoma, and they didn't even have the top defensive player, LT Overton.
Correct.
Latavius Overton. And now Indiana's coming off a long break where everybody's been patting them on the back, and they only scored 13 points against Ohio State. And they were the top scoring team in the nation, I want to say. Right. One of them. They had to be, of the teams that matter. So, this is going to be an interesting game. In Indiana, y'all better not let Alabama get to going early. You better not fall behind. It'll be ugly,
and
bro.
Kalen Dolbear understands that Nick Saban is watching. I think that him getting into the playoffs and out of the first round, he probably safe. Alabama is not going to be happy if he loses this game, but he's safe. He's not like had he lost that game versus Oklahoma, he probably still gets into next year, but it's a short leash. Now I think they leave him alone mostly. And this is a chance for him to take what I believe is a team that his team is better than and flex his muscle. If I'm him, I'm looking at Indiana like a lick. I'm trying to destroy the number one team in the country. And I want everybody to understand that I'm the head coach of the team to destroy the number one team in the country with their Heisman Trophy winning undefeated season. Boy, it'd be real nice to send them home. Right. Send everybody home. Kick over the whole table. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. How about that? Indiana, y'all better strap up. I'd be lying if I said I don't want to see Alabama win this game. And it's not even that. I just want to see who you guys are. This will tell me a lot. Now, I believed that you guys were not legitimate last time, and y'all beat Ohio State. Y'all beat Alabama and Ohio State. I'm gonna leave y'all the hell alone. I'll be honest. At that point, I no matter what I believe, I gotta shut up.
And Oregon, they would have beat
Right.
Ohio State,
right.
Oregon, and Alabama in 1 year. That's
right. If you do that, then I'm gonna shut up. Sometimes it may not come the way that you want it in your head to work out, but if it does, then it does. Y'all beat them 3 teams. I'm gonna leave y'all alone. Y'all send me a shirt, I'll put it on. But if y'all get trounced,
what if it's a good game? Yeah, that's a big discrepancy between winning and getting trounced.
Right. There's very
what
true.
If it's Alabama wins on a 55-yard field goal or something crazy like that?
I will have more respect for them, but then I will have to see them do it again. They're kind of in.
They were 11. Yeah. They were 12-1 last year. 13-1 this year.
They're gonna have to do this consistently because they don't play enough people in the regular season. So yeah, you're gonna have to do this.
So you're gonna have to. So you feel the same way about Ohio State?
Yeah, that's the reason that we respect Ohio State is they're in this conversation every damn year. So it's borderline. That's the only reason we respect Oregon is because they're in the conversation every year. They ain't won shit. I'm reasonable.
We're not gonna pie before these games come on, huh?
Yes, we are. They not going to do this on Christmas. It'll be Friday, Saturday. But we'll have to figure some scheduling out. But yeah. That's the game that I want to see. Ole Miss versus Georgia. I think the Ole Miss, everybody's tired now. Cool. We got into the playoffs. Ole Miss ain't never been in the playoffs. We got this collaboration, this Frankenstein coaching staff of guys coming and going. And it ain't going to keep working because I know them. I know Lane is probably like, hey, we got to recruit. We got to do all the rest of this stuff. The rest of the people go to hell. And I don't disagree. And Ole Miss, everybody looks crazy in this situation because everybody did what they said that they weren't going to allow anybody to do. So to me, none of you guys have the integrity. If you was going to say something, then you weren't going to live by it. Then you just wasted everybody's time. And Kirby Smart is going to try to punch y'all in the face.
Yeah, this game. And then Ole Miss running back Lacey got hurt against Tulane, which is the one thing in those playing game. It's not a playing game, but you know what I mean. Those first round games is even when you're playing a team that you know you're better than, it's injuries.
That's the reason that Oregon was like, we done. Get them on out of there. We got the job's not done yet. I think Oregon. I mean, not Oregon. Ole Miss. It's not gonna be fun for y'all when y'all play Kirby.
Yeah, the emotion has worn off now. There is no more emotion here. Now you do get to play Georgia in the Sugar Bowl, where we haven't historically been the best. I think we've got a mid record there. But
okay,
Georgia's now healthy too. And the O-line, although we had another stupid mistake by an individual.
Let me tell y'all,
a freshman All-American.
Let me tell y'all one thing about football season. Certain things is gonna happen every time. You know how it's football season? Because a Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver is crashing out, punching people on the sideline. You know how it's the weekend? Because Georgia players going to jail. It's just the way life is. I don't know why. I really wish people would stop doing these things and embarrassing themselves, but it is consistent as the clock is.
And there's no need anymore. You got NIL. And the player that did it is a freshman
You're
All-American.
rich. You're rich. And all of your teammates are rich. And you don't have to pay for anything because you live in Athens. Who's charging you and for what?
So that's disappointing. But luckily, Georgia is one of the few teams. There was a graphic of where they said teams that they scholarship players versus transfers. I think Ole Miss was 33% scholarship, 66% transfer. Georgia's like 90% scholarship, 10% transfer, something like that. So they have the depth. And
yeah,
if
they
things go
already
sideways,
got the best guys. It's like going to the
now they
expensive
got
grocery store. I'm only buying the best. I'm not buying no. If this ain't the best, I don't want it. I'm not shopping with you poors.
I think the line of scrimmage is gonna dictate who wins this game, and I think that they're gonna end up. Georgia's just gonna reset the line of scrimmage on offense and defense, and I think that's what gets it done. They just go run over Ole Miss. To me, these games are on the 31st. So yeah. Okay, we do pod next Monday. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You good. We don't have to pick it now. Okay, good.
He cussing them boys out every day. He gonna cuss them out on Christmas.
Bro, you saw that video, Kirby? Kirby
man.
Cussed out the coaches, cussed out the players, cussed out the staff. Run it again. Start it all over. Started the whole practice over.
And Kirby will cuss you out and make you want to go run through a wall. It ain't even like he hurt my feelings. It's like, oh, well, we. Man, Kirby speaks.
You're right, coach. I did it wrong.
You're right. I got to do better. Choke him the fuck out. That's what you do. You kill him. You rip
get him off the ground. Get him and hit him in the goddamn mouth. You be like, damn.
Stomp him out. I was like, damn, God, damn, that's a felony.
I was so sad Muschamp went to be the defensive coordinator at Texas because Kirby and Muschamp, that LSU staff of Kirby, Saban, I know you had to wear earplugs to practice every day because there's nowhere that you don't get cussed out.
But you're gonna play on the hell of a defense. Let me tell you, man. Muschamp, as much as he can't coach his way out of a paper bag when it comes to offense. The man knows defense like the back of his hand. It's a savant.
Nick Saban too, by the way. This is the Saban round, is what they're calling it. The Saban assistant round of Oregon, Alabama, Indiana, Ole Miss, Georgia, and Miami. All head coaches are Saban assistant.
So. Right. The guys who didn't make it were Saban guys. That's really what that is. We're gonna.
And then, of course, I think this is going to be the best game of the second round. Is Miami versus Ohio State? To be honest,
what?
I think Miami's defense is for real.
Yeah, but your boy is the quarterback, Carson Beck. He stinks.
Ohio State is a dangerous team because they definitely have a sour taste in their mouth from the Big Ten championship game.
Oh yeah, and Ryan Day is in a unique position. I know he said he's going to take over the play calling. Even if you did that, I don't think you should have said that. Because if you lose, then they're gonna blame that.
Well, you would assume no, because if you lose, then they'd be like, that's a lose-lose. Because if you lose and you let Hartline do the play calling while he's trying to transition into a head coaching position, it's like, dang, you know he couldn't juggle doing both of them. Why would you blah, 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 blah?
Because we're here to try to win a championship.
Well, he called the plays last year and they won a championship.
Okay. Figure it out. Not my problem.
I'm not saying you're right or wrong.
My team ain't even minute. My team ain't even minute. I'm just saying the way that press conference looked, I can imagine them clipping and cutting that and replaying that a million times if this doesn't go well. It ain't fair. It ain't fair. But that's not what we're here for.
Nope. Nope. But now that I know that we don't have to preview the games tonight in depth, we can definitely stop right here for college football if we didn't miss anything. Nor did we miss anything else?
No, we did not. We just excited to see what that 9-1 gonna look like.
Ooh.
And
it's gonna be crazy.
I'm gonna be somewhere very stable, very comfortable,
You should live
What?
stream.
I mean, I can't lie. I would not mind seeing Alabama be upset. I would not. I would not mind that
would
either.
not be an upset.
Okay, now you can say whatever you want to.
This is the homer coming out.
No, I don't care what anybody else says. I think that most people, and I'm willing to look at the betting line, I think that most people are picking Alabama to win that game. So I think it will be an upset. I have been wrong. I have been wrong, and I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to be wrong again in my life. We're going to close out 2025. I would love nothing more than to never be wrong again in 2025 because we only got a couple days left. But I'm going to be wrong again at some point. So y'all go ahead and get everything ready. But until then, I think that Alabama is the favorite. Now, I understand the seeding and all of that, but I think that if you look at the money line, people are going to pick Alabama to win that game going away.
Yeah.
But what we about to say?
We going to see. With that being said, we come to the end of the NCAA football segment. We're going to take 30 seconds. We're going to take more than 30 seconds. But if you're listening to the playback, we're going to take 30 seconds, and we'll be right back with the NFL segment where we get to talk about the Falcons focus. Hey, man, I put on the retro hat for the last 2 weeks, and we've won. Maybe I should have did it before we got eliminated for the playoffs. Freaking bums. I told y'all this was
winning games when everybody.
We'll be right back. Norwood, don't do it. We'll be right back.
Napiering. Doing things when it's already over. It's over. Let it the fuck go.
Follow and subscribe.
And go to hell.
We'll be